Ladies and gentlemen, one of the most painful experiences a person can endure is abandonment by someone they believed loved them. It shakes the foundation of trust, of meaning, of self-worth. And in that moment, it's easy, perhaps even natural, to feel betrayed, lost, and resentful. But I want you to think about something deeper. What does it truly mean when someone you loved walks away without a strong reason? First, understand that love, real love, is built on voluntary association. It's not just a feeling. It's not just chemistry. It's a bond forged through commitment, effort, and shared suffering. If someone can leave you so easily, then you must ask yourself, was it love at all, or was it merely an attachment of convenience? You must not let this destroy you. No, you must use it as an opportunity for transformation. See, when someone exits your life suddenly, it forces you to confront a difficult reality. Are you someone that others would struggle to leave? Not because of neediness, but because of genuine admiration and value? If not, then this pain is a wake-up call, a demand from reality itself to grow, to be better, to be stronger. And here's another thing. People leave because they do not see enough value in staying. Now, this is not a call for self-pity. This is a call for responsibility. If you were truly remarkable, truly admirable, truly the best version of yourself, then the right person would recognize that. The wrong ones, they would be intimidated by it. And perhaps that's what happened. Instead of despairing over why she left, ask yourself, what can I become so that in the future no one will ever think of leaving so easily? That is the proper response. Not victimhood, not bitterness, not dwelling on the past, but building a future where your competence, your strength, your character make you someone others choose, not because they have to, but because they cannot imagine leaving. This is the fundamental truth. If she left you without a strong reason, then the issue is not her absence. It is the absence of your best self. And that, my friend, is within your power to fix. So stand up straight. Take the pain, the betrayal, the sorrow, and use it as fuel. Because a man who betters himself in the face of heartbreak becomes unstoppable. And one day, when the right person enters your life, they will see what others failed to see. Thank you if someone leaves you without a strong reason. You have two choices. You can fall into resentment, blaming them, the world, and fate for your pain. Or you can take responsibility, not for their actions, but for your own growth, for your own future, for your own ability to rise above what has happened. The second choice is the only one that leads to strength. The first will destroy you. When someone you love walks away without justification, the worst mistake you can make is to let that event define you as a victim. If you allow yourself to see life that way, you surrender your power. You hand over your strength to circumstances outside your control. And when you do that, you weaken yourself in a way far worse than heartbreak ever could. The pain of loss is temporary, but the damage of victimhood can last a lifetime. You cannot control what another person does. You cannot force them to stay, to explain, to see your worth if they have chosen not to. But you can control how you respond. If you let bitterness consume you, you allow someone else's decision to shape your destiny. That is a tragedy greater than the loss of any relationship. If they left you, they made their choice. Now, the only thing that matters is the choice you make in response. Weak men collapse when they are abandoned. They turn to self-pity, they drown in anger, they waste years chasing closure from someone who has already moved on. But strong men use suffering as fuel. They let pain carve them into something greater. They do not let heartbreak make them small. They let it make them unstoppable. If someone leaves you, let them go. Do not chase. Do not beg. Do not waste time demanding answers that will not change the reality before you. The moment you start pleading for an explanation, you give away your dignity. A person who walks away without a strong reason is showing you who they truly are. Believe them the first time. Many men suffer for years over a love that was never real in the first place. They rewrite history in their minds, believing that what they had was perfect, that it was stolen from them unjustly. But if it was so perfect, why was it so easy for them to leave? If it was built on something real, why did it crumble without resistance? Do not deceive yourself. Do not hold on to an illusion just because reality is painful. Pain is a signal, and that signal is telling you something important. It is telling you that you must become more than you were. You must rise, not for revenge, not to prove anything to the one who left, but for yourself. If you let the loss of one person break you, then you were never standing on solid ground to begin with. A man whose identity is tied to another person is a man who is always at risk of losing himself. You must become someone whose value is so undeniable that the right people see it instantly and the wrong people fear it. You must build yourself into someone who is not dependent on another's love for validation. When you operate at that level, those who leave you will do so not because they do not see your worth, but because they cannot handle it. There is a difference. Most people live their lives reacting. They react to circumstances, to other people's decisions, to loss, to failure. But those who rise, those who become unstoppable, they do not react, they act. They take control of themselves. They shape their reality instead of letting it shape them. When someone leaves them, they do not sit in sorrow for months or years. They use that pain as motivation. They work, they grow, they build. And in doing so, they become the kind of person who will never again be devastated by someone else's departure. If she left you, do not waste a second of your life hoping she will return. Do not wait for an apology. Do not look for closure in words. Closure is found in action, in becoming so powerful, so capable, that the past becomes irrelevant. You do not need revenge. You do not need to prove anything to her or to the world. The only thing you need to do is make sure that this pain is not wasted. The worst thing you can do is let this moment turn you bitter. The second worst thing you can do is let it make you afraid of love, afraid of risk, afraid of connection. Weak men let heartbreak turn them into cowards. They shut themselves off. They build walls. They live in fear of ever feeling that kind of pain again. But strong men do not retreat. They sharpen themselves. They learn, they grow, and they come back better, stronger, wiser. You must understand that the person who left you is not your enemy. They were simply not meant to stay. Not everyone who enters your life is supposed to be permanent. Some people come as lessons. Some come as tests. Some come to show you exactly what you should never tolerate again. And the faster you accept that, the faster you can move forward. A man's greatest strength is his ability to adapt. If you let one loss define you, you have failed that test. But if you use it to build a stronger foundation for your life, then you have already won. No woman, no relationship, no single person should ever hold the power to break you. That power belongs to you alone. Do not chase people who do not see your worth. Do not waste your time proving yourself to someone who did not have the wisdom to recognize what they had in the first place. Do not lower yourself in the hope that they will return. Instead, raise yourself to a level where the loss no longer matters, where you are so complete, so capable, so self-sufficient that even if they begged to return, it would not be your concern. Every moment spent dwelling on someone who left you is a moment stolen from your future. Every day wasted in sorrow is a day you could have spent building something better. Greatest revenge is not anger, not resentment, not proving them wrong. The greatest revenge is becoming so powerful that their absence means nothing to you. Most men will never understand this. Most men will waste years in regret, in what-ifs, in self-pity. But the few who do understand, the few who take this pain and use it as a tool for self-transformation, they are the ones who will rise above all others. They are the ones who will one day look back at this moment and realize that what felt like a curse was actually the greatest gift they were ever given. If she left you without a strong reason, let that be the last moment you ever think about it in a way that weakens you. From this moment on, it is not a loss, it is a lesson. And that lesson is simple. Build yourself into a man so strong, so competent, so valuable, that next time it will not be someone leaving you, it will be you deciding who is truly worthy to stay. Here is the powerful expansion of key point 2, ensuring every line is impactful and thought-provoking. Love is not about possession. It is not about clinging to someone who does not see your worth. True love is based on admiration, respect, and commitment. If someone walks away from you without a strong reason, it means they did not truly value what you brought to the table. And that is not your loss, that is theirs. A person who truly loves and respects you does not leave without an explanation, without effort, without hesitation. If they walked away so easily, then they never fully saw your worth in the first place. And if they could not see it, then they were never meant to have it. A fool does not recognize the value of gold when it is placed in their hands. That does not mean the gold is worthless. It only means it was given to the wrong person. The greatest mistake you can make is tying your value to the opinion of someone who did not have the wisdom to see it. The second greatest mistake is chasing after them, hoping they will suddenly wake up and realize what they lost. That is not your job. That is not your responsibility. The right people recognize worth immediately. The wrong people need to lose it before they even begin to understand, but by then it is too late. If someone leaves you, it is not a reflection of your value. It is a reflection of their perception, and their perception was flawed. Do not spend a single second of your life trying to make someone see what they were too blind to recognize. Your energy is better spent becoming so undeniable that the right people see it without hesitation. The problem is never that you were not enough. The problem is that they were not capable of appreciating what you had to offer. Weak people walk away from strength because they cannot match it. Insecure people walk away from stability because it makes them feel exposed. Immature people walk away from commitment because they are not ready to face what it requires. That is not your burden to carry. The wrong person will never be satisfied no matter what you do. You could give them your loyalty, your time, your patience, your effort, and it still would not be enough. Not because you were lacking, but because they were incapable of receiving. They were searching for something they could not even define themselves. And you were never meant to be the answer to a question they did not understand. Some people are addicted to the chase, to the feeling of temporary excitement, to the thrill of something new. They do not want stability. They do not want depth. They want distraction. And when the excitement fades, they run, looking for the next high, the next fleeting spark. You cannot build a future with someone who is only living for the moment. If they left you without a strong reason, then the bond you thought existed was weaker than you believed. A strong connection does not break easily. A meaningful relationship is not discarded like an old habit. If they were able to walk away so effortlessly, then it was never truly built on something real. And the sooner you accept that, the sooner you free yourself from the illusion. Do not chase validation from someone who did not have the depth to appreciate what you offered. The moment you try to prove your worth to someone who failed to see it, you have already lost. A person who truly values you does not need convincing. They see it, they know it, and they choose you, not out of obligation, but out of certainty. Love is not about convenience. It is about commitment. The right person does not leave just because things get difficult. They do not disappear when emotions fluctuate, when problems arise, when reality replaces fantasy. They stay because they understand that love is built, not found. They know that something truly valuable is not abandoned at the first sign of imperfection. If they left you, then you must accept that they were not meant to stay. Not because you were lacking, but because they were not ready. And that is not something you can fix. You cannot force someone to be ready for something they do not understand. You cannot make someone value what they were not meant to keep. The greatest power you have is in becoming so complete within yourself that you no longer need another person to validate your worth. The moment you reach that level, the moment you stop needing external approval, you will see the truth. The right person will recognize your value instantly. They will not hesitate. They will not leave without reason. They will not question what is already obvious. You are not defined by the person who walked away. You are defined by how you respond. Weak men break under the weight of rejection. Strong men use it as a catalyst for transformation. They take the pain and turn it into power. They do not sit in sorrow, questioning their worth. They build, they grow, they rise. The right person will not make you feel uncertain. They will not leave you in doubt. They will not make you question whether you are enough, because to them, you will be exactly what they were looking for, and they will know it without hesitation. They will not walk away. They will not leave without cause. They will stay, because what is real does not disappear. If someone left you, let them go. If they were meant to be in your life, they would have stayed. If they were capable of seeing your worth, they would not have needed to leave to realize it. And if they return after leaving, understand this. They did not suddenly see your value. They simply lost the illusion that something better was waiting for them. The right person does not leave to figure out what they want. They do not abandon you to test your patience. They do not walk away and expect you to be waiting when they return. They choose you from the start because they understand your value from the moment they meet you. Every second spent wondering why they left is a second stolen from your future. Every moment wasted in regret is a moment that could have been used to build something greater. You are not here to convince someone to love you. You are here to become someone so undeniable that the right person never questions it. People who leave without reason are showing you who they are. Believe them. Do not wait for an apology. Do not wait for closure. The closure is in their absence. The answer is in their decision. And your only job is to make sure that their departure does not weaken you, but strengthens you. A strong man does not dwell on the past. He does not chase ghosts. He does not try to revive what has already died. He looks forward. He builds his future. He makes himself so valuable that the only people in his life are those who see it, appreciate it, and choose to stay. If they left, it means they were never truly yours to begin with. If they could walk away so easily, it means they did not understand what they had. And if they did not understand, then they did not deserve it. You do not lose when someone leaves you. You win by becoming so strong, so complete, so certain of your worth that their absence becomes irrelevant. Pain is a teacher, but only if you choose to learn from it. If she left you without a strong reason, do not see it as a curse. See it as a revelation that not everyone who walks into your life is meant to stay. A revelation that true love is not about attachment, but about mutual recognition of value. A revelation that your worth does not decrease because someone failed to see it. You do not grow by clinging to what is lost. You grow by using every loss as fuel to build something greater. The wrong people will come and go, but the right people will see you, choose you, and never leave without cause. Your only job is to become the kind of person who never fears abandonment because he is so complete within himself that no single loss can shake him. Let go of the need for validation from those who walked away. Let go of the illusion that their absence defines you. Let go of the idea that your worth is tied to their decision. They made their choice. Now you make yours. Will you let this break you, or will you use it to rise? The answer to that question will determine everything that happens next.